Oh, the butt slap dog. The butt slap dog.
Okay. On. Off. Okay. I think we're good. Come on, video. Whew. I gotta send out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I got like 10 more of those. Okay, hey everybody, welcome. Hi. Woo! Here we are. It is Houston. We have a problem. Episode number 515. I want to thank everybody for joining me for the premiere of Houston Wade's Raging Election yesterday. Went through the debate. Actually, it's kind of fun. It was a fun way of watching the debate. I'll be doing it again for the vice presidential debate. I forget when that is. Whenever that is. Hopefully live if I can. Expect another show or two a week on that channel. By all means, please, there's a link to it in the description. Click on it, subscribe. Even if you don't care about my politics whatsoever, while you're at work, just put it on your phone in the background. You can mute it and just let it play for 2 hours because I need 4,000 viewing hours to be able to monetize that sucker and 500 subscribers. But I'm at almost 200 subscribers, I think, so not so shabby. I keep forgetting to remind you guys, send me self-addressed stamped envelopes. I will send you Houston with Problem stickers. Send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I send you a sticker. I think I have 4 more packages left before I ship everything out for everybody for the 500th episode show spectacular. So by all means, do that. Jump in there. Do that. Anything else I need to add, Monkey Butt? Right off the bat? No? Okay, so get into the nitty-gritty. We didn't do a show Tuesday. We didn't do a regular show yesterday. But earnings report for GameStop was fantastic. They beat estimates by 10 cents. They're projected to have a 9-cent per share loss. They had a 1 cent per share profit, made $14 million. A large part of that is probably investments of their billions of dollars that they have, which means now that they've got $4+ billion, $4.5 billion, $4.6 billion, whatever it is, each quarter shall see probably larger and larger pools of money being made off those investments. So what was the response? Well, immediately the stock kind of did this, which is very rare for an earnings report. Either it goes woo because the earnings are really good, it goes meh because they hated it. It didn't do anything. And then GameStop then filed paperwork to dilute another 20 million shares. So it made another $400 million or so off of the earnings. Share price dropped down to $19 and change. So a little more than $4 basically. And here we are. We're at $20. Killed everyone's call options if you're still playing the call options. So, you know, it is what it is. Why does he keep diluting? Why does Ryan Cohen and GameStop keep diluting? Some people are saying, hey, it's an infinite money glitch. You dilute, you get more cash on hand, it creates a higher floor for the stock, so on. Okay. Others are saying, hey, it's exactly $400 million. That's exactly what IEP just did for their dilution. So maybe they're doing some sort of swap. Maybe they're going to own part of each other. It's very, but still, like, I want to win. Like, let it fly to $350 again, and then dilute like it did back in 2021. Dilute when it's $300. Dilute way up there. Make so much money off of this thing, right? Can you imagine if instead of making $400 million off of dilution, they made $4 to $6 billion off of dilution? Can you imagine that? They sell 20 million shares and make $4 to $6 billion off of that, while the stock is like trading 200 million shares a day and stuff. It would be incredible. That's one way to truly raise money. Let the stock fly, right? Let it fly. Just let it fly. Let us get some nice healthy wins. And guess who buys more shares when we get more wins? You investors. Regardless, I hope he has a plan, man. I just, I'm just tired. It's been 4 years. Like we fought and won the Civil War, and we fought and won World War II in the amount of time it's taken for the plan to take shape. So come on, just make it happen. Come on, lickety split. Let's do this. Come on, let's go. Okay.
Houston, we have a problem.
Ooh, Cameron Mirza throw a super chat in there for a monkey treat. So you can do that. Want a stinky green one, monkey? It's the last stinky green one. Yeah? Is this what you want? What you want? Come get it. You gotta come get it. Gotta come get it. There we go. Yes. All super chats for monkey treats get respected. Oh, that thing's so stinky. It just reset my brain. Who am I? What's my name? Okay, so that's all the big news I had off the bat. Anything else to throw out there? One correction from the show, the politics show yesterday. The lady who ate the cat wasn't in Dayton. She was in Canton, Ohio, 170 miles away. That's why I was thinking 100 plus miles. It's because it was Canton, not Dayton. And she also wasn't Haitian. She was American. The last name Farrell. No one from Haiti has a last name Farrell. It's an Irish last name. So yeah, there we go. Monkey, do you have anything else to add? No? Just that correction? Okay. Hit the chats. I got a short show today. Sorry. I'll do a longer one tomorrow. Citizen 54 shareholders voted for 1 billion shares to be sold. How are people still surprised by this? Well, they don't get all the whining. Y'all voted for this with no specific sale dates. The billion plus shares, I believe, were voted into, 2016 or something? It's a long time ago. I think, personally, companies do have a responsibility for maximizing the share price of their shareholders, right? So if there's a chance the share price can go up and they nuke it ahead of time, then they aren't doing any immediate favors for their shareholders. Like, can you imagine if Berkshire, right? Berkshire, we might go to $700,000. Let's sell 100 million shares. Granted, yeah, they make so much money, it would be ridiculous. But then everyone's like, well, my shares didn't go anywhere. Because there are people there are people who believe in your company who play options specifically to buy more of your shares. And there's a lot of us who do that. And we get nuked. Every single time some good news comes out, we get absolutely nuked in that respect. And we weren't getting nuked like that in 2021. They weren't like dumping huge amounts of shares when the price was $40. No, they were waiting until it was $350, and then they were selling their shares. So you can raise huge amounts of capital, sell your shares then, and just give us some wins. That's all I'm asking. Just give us some wins. It's been 4 years. Give us some wins. Platinum. Dr. Trimbath, remember that she blocked you on Twitter and now won't come on? Oh, it's not that she won't come on. It's just that I have been terrible at following up with her. And she blocked me. Blocked my old account. We'll get her on. Season 54. Everyone gaslights themselves into hype or get hyped by some rando post on Twitter, but get upset when their headcanon is not reality. So where hedge funds really are playing with y'all's minds, it's probably them hyping. I mean, I think the short hedge funds were playing really hard on Sirius Radio. Glitches are on purpose. Hype posts are on purpose. It's all short hedge fund trickery to demoralize you. They couldn't brute force it, so now they're slowly peeling people off. Time carved the Grand Canyon, not TNT. Yeah, it's way cheaper for them to do that than it is to pay us. That's for sure. I mean, you pay, some shills tens of thousands of dollars. They'll sell their souls for anything. And you pay, these like research groups like Citron and Hindenburg, a couple $100,000. They'll sell their souls. A couple of article writers at Seeking Alpha or Motley Fool, they'll they'll sell out for a couple $1,000s an article. It's totally normal. It's way cheaper than spending $1 trillion buying back shares you can't afford. So, yeah, that totally happens. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help when the discretionary income of your investors keep getting nuked by dilutions. It doesn't help. It doesn't help your cause or anyone else's cause to nuke your investors' cash holdings. Right? Let them get some wins here and there. You will have so many more shareholders and so many more retail investors in there championing you on than if you just wipe out the discretionary income month after month. It's not a good way to retain holders. Berkshire's not going out of their way nuking the discretionary income of their shareholders. So, Geminius Houston, thanks for the debate insight. That look of concern and pity Harris shot Trump when he went off the rails is the same look I get people who try to explain to me that the world is flat. She was actually kind of, you can see her at one point, she was looking over him and she was like, oh my, like, I can't believe that worked, because it did. She just stuck it in there and twisted. He went absolutely monkey. That was I mean, she could have done better. I'll be honest. She could have absolutely made a kill shot, especially since Trump is now refusing to do a second debate. Like, she should have just gotten it out of the way now and just eviscerated him more than ever. But she still did a really, really, really good job. Better than anyone has done against him ever. Like, his thing is being a bully, right? So he's got to bully the other people on stage, and then they take it personally, and then they freak out, right? She countered that by getting him in his ego, and then his attempts at bullying didn't take any effect. It was a very effective way to neutralize him, and yeah, she made him look silly to the point where he won't debate her again. He's like, no. So that's what we got out of that one. Normally it's like 3 debates. We've had 2, so one more would be great. Michael Steegs, Houston. I liked your election show. Only later in the show, I started to skip the moments that Trump was talking. It was disgusting. How can so many Americans like such a horrible person? That's each their own, I guess. Geminius Houston. Also, I totally agree. How do you fail that first question? You could have answered yes or no and given a good answer for either in a debate, depending on if you wanted positive or negative spin. It's true. The first question was, are you better off now than we were 4 years ago? And she would be like, yeah, way better off. Because 4 years ago, remember, we were deep in COVID. Social distancing, shutdowns, people out of work, kids are doing school on Zoom. About this time, Trump had gotten COVID and was about to die, but they gave him the experimental blood transfusion, and it brought him out. Like, yeah, we are phenomenally better now than we were 4 years ago. Excess deaths have dropped because all the excess people who are going to die from not getting vaccinated stuff are pretty much dead at this point. So yeah, we're a lot better off now than we were 4 years ago. Green-Eyed Bandit Elixir. I can't believe I lost in our fantasy league by a point because a player was ruled out before the game started. Ugh. Didn't think players would be out first game of the season. I lost our fantasy league because the wide receiver, or first game with the wide receiver on the other team, scored like 30 more points than he was projected to. I was like, well, nothing I can do about that. Yeah, so 0-1. Woo! Geminius, also Houston. It's concerning that someone in the running for president is getting the majority of their news from watching television. Shouldn't a candidate be getting actual briefings by now? Oh, they get briefings, but they don't pay attention to them. That's the thing, is there are folks who've written books and articles about how they literally had to like draw pictures because he could do 2 sentences and then just wanted pictures after that. So it's, you get what you vote for. Reference Studios. Hey, Houston. Layoffs happened at work today, not on the chopping block yet, but I can feel them sharpening the blade. Most of my savings tied up in GME, hoping I don't have to take a loss to get by. Hope there's a severance for you if they do jump in there. I don't know what you do for work, Murph and Turf, but might be a good idea to start talking to recruiters and other companies, because if you're afraid you're on the chopping block, it's a good chance to go get stolen by somebody else, because recruiters love stealing people. They don't love hiring people who are unemployed. So if you want to transfer roles or transfer jobs or anything like that, it's a perfect time to do it now, because then they feel like they're going to steal you from that company, and you're desirable, right, when you're employed. So if you feel like the chopping block's coming, hit that. Nice shirt. It's a pretty decent shirt. I prefer when there's like roses and things and embroidered on there, but I'll take the mundane cowboy shirt today. Muley McWoolhead, I'm here for the start. No way, you are. Congratulations. Yogi, 2012, did you see Bed Bath stores are coming back? Yes. So Bed Bath is planning on opening up physical locations again in 2025. It sounds like there's some sort of either a licensing deal or Overstock Beyond are going to be acquiring an existing brand and changing the branding over. So who's left in that sphere? I think Linens and Things died a long time ago. What other type of home stores are there that could just switch their branding over and become Bed Bath? I think what Beyond is learning is that a lot of people like to go touch the towels. Like, you can order your towels online, cool, but if you don't touch them, you can't see the bath mat and what the size it is and picture it in your room. A lot of people don't purchase that stuff that way. A lot of it's kind of impulsive. They go in to go get a fuzzy blanket for their bed, and they go, "Oh yeah, I need a toothbrush holder." Done. So I think there's a little bit more to. You do both. You do the brick and mortar, and you have the online behemoth, and you cover best of both worlds. Jason Blackwell, Houston, this island needs to see a doctor. Oh my. So we are 80 degrees. Where is... Oh my gosh. Come on, get out of my way. I gotta highlight this stupid thing. No, get out of my way. I'm trying to highlight this. Like that. Copy that. Go there. Oh, Google Earth isn't open yet. Come on, Google Earth. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Google Earth. Come on, Google Earth. There we go. This island needs to see a doctor. Ooh, we're up in Lake Huron. We're up at the end of the Yooper. We are in the middle of this island. It looks like a sunfish or something. Is that what I'm looking at here? It's got a little tail. And it's a little fat man fish. The only picture that's visible from here is this guy. That's a nice sandy beach. Look at that beach. Looks downright tropical. Look at that guy. Granted, there's a bunch of plastic and other shit in there, but hey, in the summertime, that looks magical. But needs to see Cockburn. I didn't notice the name. It's Cockburn. I should have realized it was going to be a pun. Cockburn Island. There we go. Cockburn. Look at this mining operation. What are you? Copper mine? Lafarge, Canada. Mississauga Lighthouse Road. Oh, dolomite. It's a dolomite quarry. Oh, interesting. Got dolomite going on over here. So this is, that's Michigan. Cockburn is Canada. Word. Okay. Canada. Is there a ferry? It's gotta be a ferry. There's like one teeny tiny little town on here. Thomasville, which has, what, like a dozen homes? That must be the ferry right there. Huh. There's like 5 roads. How many cars? How many cars does this like little town have? Probably all riding like ATVs at this point. There we go. There's all the cars of the town right there. That must be the competing churches. And any Canadian cockburns want to pipe up, tell me what it's like to burn their cocks out here in their 3 roads. Is this road circumnavigate? No, that's wilderness out here. Ooh, you're another picture. What are you? Oh, that's the same island. Same, so it kind of peters out. Got an airport, got an airstrip out yonder with no airplanes. So that must be for emergency landings. That road peters out. Cockburn Island, Ontario. No roads down here. And this thing goes all the way to this beach. So, Wonk. Sand Bay. Okay. Oh, it's got Cockburn Island's got a little dingle-dangle right there. Look at that little guy sticking off. Ricketts Harbor. Someone get the Ricketts? Anyway, enough wasting time on that. Okay. Enough cockburns. Energy Donk. Would current subscribers qualify as an early investor? Oh, on the politics channel? I guess so. I'm not allowed to do anything cool with that channel yet until I get 4,000 viewing hours and 500 subscribers. So by all means, go over there, subscribe away, watch the video, just play the video on 5 devices all at once for me if you could, and we'll get it up there. Jethro, Kenny leaving the country if Trump wins. Interesting. Really? He's leaving the country if Trump wins? So isn't he also putting $400 million into the Republican coffers for the election? I don't. If he's leaving, he's going to Dubai, because that's where all those guys go when they leave. Which makes it hard to live in his billion-dollar house that he's building, right? Fair turn. Houston. I'm starting to believe RC True doesn't give 2 Fs about MOAS. He's going to sell all $1 billion. The fact people are claiming MOAS is not a thing anymore is frustrating. I mean, we literally could have MOAS twice this summer. Or spring, I guess. He did kill it. I want to believe that there is a plan involved. He doesn't want to go nuts yet. But his claims that he hates short sellers, while not allowing the direct murder of short sellers through an explosive short squeeze, makes you go, well, do you actually really hate short sellers, man? Like, really? Do you really hate short sellers if you are not letting the markets murder short sellers? There must be something grand in the schemes there. Like, just got to be something. There's got to be something in there to make this thing go whoopy boopy. But we're not seeing it yet. We see, maybe little hints, right? See a little bit hints in the BBBY dockets, or hinting some sort of 10K that gets released saying like, oh, we had shares that we had to declare a loss on and things like that. We didn't want to. We expect to get it back. We see a couple things like that, but like concrete 1-2 thing has not happened yet. And like I said, it's been 4 years. It was August 2020 is when Ryan Cohen got to his 9 million shares, and it's been 4 years. The United States got into the war December of 1941, and by August 1945 they were done. Right? So, like, let's do this already. Chris Taylor, Houston. I received 2 nice stickers. Thank you. And I enjoyed yesterday's show. Well, thank you. And again, send self-addressed envelopes. I got like 190 stickers to go. Mantan, Houston. Tell RC to stop dilution, to raise $5 billion or $10 billion for investors, to look how rich they are versus investors. I mean, he's going to do his thing. I was just discussing with my roommate, like, I think it should be required by law to have in-person shareholder meetings. They can simulcast with a Zoom call or whatever, but there should be the ability for folks to, like in the old days, you go to some sort of convention hall, they stand in line at the microphone, they ask questions, and they have to provide answers. I think that should be required of all public companies in the United States. You don't have to tell us the plans, right? You'd be like, well, this is exactly what we're going to do because it's telegraphing plays. But some confirmation that some plays are being made would be cool and appreciated. And just do it already. Fair turn. Oops, that just reset. Fair turn. Unless there's billions of synthetics out there and it won't matter, I don't see how constant dilution is okay without a single word to investors. I mean, they're doing what they're doing. Des Perk, GameStop buy IEP shares and earn 40% on their investment? Yes. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They could buy $400 million in IEP shares right now and make $100 million a year off of that alone. Yogi 2012, Home Textiles Today article, Bed Bath & Beyond stores return. Yep. Joe Scooch. Houston, if GameStop continues to dilute every time a run-up or potential run-up happens, how many more times can they do this until the short squeeze potential is over? I'm thinking about selling. I mean, if there's 1 to 4 billion shares that are naked, a lot. And it does not appear as though those short sellers are the ones picking up those shares. It does appear that it's retail investors gobbling up most of them. Nom, 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 nom. And so that portion of short interest is not changing at all. Donkey Donks is also mentioning Kenny wants to leave the country if Trump wins. I gotta look this up because Ken Griffin leaves country if Trump wins. I don't see. I see is stuff him moving everything from Chicago to Florida. I don't see anything in the news. I don't see anything. Is it on Twitter or something? Ken Griffin leave? Latest. Practical stocks. Breaking. Ken Griffin announces he'll leave country if Donald Trump elected. How do you feel about this? I see it from Practical Stocks. I have no idea who Practical Stocks is. Who the hell is Practical Stocks? I'm not a financial advisor. All posts are for entertainment purposes only. Do not make investment decisions. Fairly new account from 2021. Fewer followers than me. I think that's probably a hoax. I don't think it's real. Their big AMC thingy. They don't seem to post anything good. I don't. Oh yeah, source is my pussy. Okay, so yeah, he's not leaving the country. It's from somebody who's just making shit up. Because his other post is Hitler announces he'll come back to life if Kamala Harris gets elected. How do you feel about this? So there's just a shit poster. Yeah, they did the same thing. Taylor Swift announces she'll leave the country if Donald Trump gets elected. How do you feel about this? So they're just doing engagement farming with their posts and shit posting. So no, Ken Griffin, who is spending $400 million on the Republican campaign, is not going to leave the country if Donald Trump is elected. Yeah, that's how rumors start, man. We can be better. We can be better than that. Giga Shukla. So will political stuff be banned on the channel? No. I mean, this channel is it's a free for all. You can talk about. I just go through the chat. So you guys post what you want. The political channel is going to be focused. Like it's gonna be more focused on particular topics and ideas than this show, which seems to be hodgepodge of everything. So no, it's politics won't be banned on this channel. I may go, hey, we're gonna talk about that on the other show at some point on some of the questions, but I do have to get that channel a little more organized and set up. It'll be easier when I'm allowed to actually live stream on there. So I also may start doing like, I don't know, I always feel weird like doing the whole like, hey guys, wibbity bobbity bub, like talking to my phone and then posting that. It just feels weird. So, but I may do some like shorts TikTok style on that channel. We'll see. We'll see what I actually get around to doing. I spend so much of my day fucking reading that I'm like, oh crap, I should make content. And then I don't. I just spend all day reading and responding to you folks that I don't get the content made that I probably should. Oh, just old roommate saying that might be a package coming. Word. Okay. All right. B-Dizzle. I think it's because this will move them up to over $5 billion in cash. How bullish does that sound? But I agree. I wish they would have waited. I mean, do something with it, man. We want some zazz, some like jazz hands. Make something happen. High leg kicks or something. Frozen State Productions, my GME puts printed, so I bought IEP units, GME calls, and IEP calls. There you go. That's how you do it. Just Mammy, making reservations for Las Vegas Ocean 11 celebration. Okay. Frozen State Productions, this dilution is slow squeezing the shorts. There's a plan. I hope. Aaron Sound in Houston. So Ham Short Killer says GME is dead because RC keeps diluting. He says the finger, we are extremely early like in the Big Short. We're all early for the Big Short squeeze. He's calling it. Yeah. Julia says Ham. Pff, yeah. Seagill went into the GME earnings skeptical, so bought a put Monday as a hedge for my calls and sold it. Post earnings drop for 50% profit. My January calls were expensive, so I hope something happens. Yes. Yogi, the Irish are eating our cats now? Yes. Top of the morning. Yeah. Seagill, last name Feral and ate a cat. Lol. Was the cat wild? Because that's some irony for you. Feral on feral action right there. I think if it's feral cat, it's fair game, right? Someone's pet, don't eat it. If it's feral cat, well, you know, you can spay and release, or you can just eat the sucker, I guess. Aaron Soundstein, ooh, and up to date on reverse stock split loophole. Started with $20 3 months ago. My account is at $360. I am 36% on the way to a $1,000 goal. So there's that. That's a fun way to have a little hobby, isn't it? You buy a few little stocks that split. You make a chunk of change off of it, and you do it again. Dirky Dirk. We may be on plan 4 or 5 by now. RCGME are up against the most powerful and corrupt people in the world. Example, 1 sneeze, 2 cycles in 2021, 3 splividend, 4 Bobby, 5 cash balance raising the floor. It's very possible. He's not really telling us one way or the other, though, what he's going to do with it all. Martin Weiss, Houston, finally catching you live again. Big greetings from Lillehammer. Oh, you're up in the wife's cabin up in Norway. Heavy metal. Mike Forsch, I'm here. Mike Forsch, nice shirt. Thank you. Aaron Saltine, we need Ham Short Killer on the show. Martin Weiss, what was first? God or the chicken? The answer might be here. Resorts non-porous drumbeat. Oh, what 3 words do we have here, Martin Weiss? What weird pun are you going to give us? What 3 words? Boom. Boom. Oops, not that one. Unturned that off. There we go. Okay. So. Nope. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Resorts non-porous drumbeat. Bukit Rema Gurja, Merpati Puti, Kadai Bukit Remi. Okay, what's it look like? So what was the thing? God or the chicken? What am I seeing here? Quirky bird-shaped prayer house? Where am I? Quirky bird-shaped prayer house. We are... Looks like a volcanic island. Oh, we're on Java? Okay, Central Java. See if I can find it on Google Earth here. Okay, leave Michigan, or Ontario. I'm gonna go over here to Java, Central Java. Okay, somewhere in here, there's the volcanoes. Okay, what was it? It was... Bukit Rema Gareja. Bukit Rema Gareja. Bukit. Bukit Rema Gareja? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, okay. Back to Google Earth. Okay, so bird temple. Got a picture? A couple pictures. Oh my. That is a big bird. How about the other picture? That one. That's the big bird again. That's a big bird temple. And there's some lady in front of the big bird temple. Hell yeah, brother. It's up on top of a hill? Even better. The chicken's looking to the east. Looking over the valleys here. Is there a volcano or anything it's looking at? It's looking sort of at this volcano. Here, which volcano are you? Mount Merapi. Isn't that the one just erupted? Chicken temple. I dig it. I dig it, Martin. There's the reset of the chat. Turkish. Where's the money, Wadowski? At GameStop, apparently. Ronnie E92, you're delusional, man. We're not better off than 4 years ago. Everything at least 20% more expensive. Fake inflation numbers. Okay. So we can rewind this because I've mentioned this about 9 million times now. Where did the inflation come from? The inflation came from the fact that people who would normally be making things and shipping things and growing things and manufacturing things and designing things and doing all that stuff, a lot of those folks were at home where they couldn't physically be in the factory making stuff, right? You had millions of people dying, right? There was no vaccine at the time. So we had to, in order to keep as many people alive as possible and keep the hospitals from overflowing, we had to stay away from each other in a little pods, right? To limit the number of COVID cases we got, because we got too many, the hospitals would fill up and people would die. It would stress the system and kill off our doctors and kill off our nurses and everything else, right? So we had that whole system going on. Next, through 2018, 2019, Trump did a couple of things. One, he did massive tax cuts for billionaires, right? And those massive tax cuts for billionaires resulted in huge corporate tax cuts that were not used for investing into more people and machines and whatnot. They were being used for corporate stock buybacks, which was causing stocks to push higher and higher against the fundamentals of the company. Second, he threatened the Fed, and he was demanding that the Fed keep interest rates low and even was trying to make them negative for a period of time. Why did he want them negative? Because his entire net worth is tied up in corporate bonds and real estate loans. He doesn't want to pay any money. He wants to get paid to borrow money. That's why he wanted negative interest rates. So when the COVID pandemic hit, and the COVID pandemic largely was the result of not having a pandemic plan. The United States government had the most comprehensive pandemic plan in the entire world, and we fired the pandemic response team who would implement plans for outbreaks and whatnot. So when it hit, there was no plan. But you had to suddenly get everybody to stay home because the virus is spreading at an exponential rate. And so first thing you do to save the economy is you cut interest rates, but you can't. Why? Because you already forced them to be way lower than they should have been for the rate the economy was growing before. So you don't have the tool of cutting interest rates. What do you have to do next? You print trillions of dollars. The majority of the cash ever in circulation was printed in 2020. trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars. You had extra money for the unemployed, which you needed. You had one-time payments, $1,200, $600, $1,400 payments. You had PPP loans, tens of trillions of dollars. You had bailouts for banks. You had just cash infusions all over the place. So when people are presented with piles of cash and the stuff they try to buy with that cash is in limited supply because nothing's getting produced, right? Supply and demand, prices go up. So the inflation we saw in 2021 and 2022 were the direct result of cash printing Trump did because he kept interest rates too high and he fired the pandemic response team. So yes, you will naturally see prices go up year over year. You saw them go up more because we had terrible monetary policy as a result of terrible public health policy, as a result of terrible tax policy. So yes, any problems you've had with inflation over the last 4 years are directly tied to the money printing in 2020, the shutdowns that resulted from, a poor pandemic response, and Donald Trump. So it'd be like you get hit by a bus from behind, and then your car smashes into the car in front of you, sorry. I should rephrase it. You're in a car, a bus hits the car behind you, and that car smashes into you. And you get out and you yell at the driver of the car that hit you, and not the bus that caused the accident. That's basically like, yes, you got hit by that car, but that car was smushed by a bus and pushed into yours. So you're kind of getting mad at the wrong person there. And the fact is, the Inflation Reduction Act, the jacking up of interest rates, which really it's hurting banks and everything else, but that's the stuff that has reduced inflation. Not only that, but your food prices, a lot of your food prices were directly tied to collusion by an oligopoly of meat and food producers. You got the Federal Trade Commission, the SEC, states attorneys generals, all suing these groups for price fixing, right? You got the FTC suing RealPage for price fixing for apartments, causing the prices of apartments to go up, right? So they're suing these folks and they're winning in court. And what's happening now is you're actually seeing the prices of food drop as a result because they're forcing competition again, rather than allowing them to collude and do price fixing for things like eggs and chicken and beef and pork and everything else, dairy. You're seeing prices actually start to mellow out and drop because, Albertsons and Kroger want to do a merger, and if their prices are too high right now because they're fixing prices as they admitted in court, they're not going to get approved for that merger, especially since they'll control like 70% of the grocery stores across the country. So yeah, there are reasons why inflation happened, but inflation is not the worst thing that happened in the last 4 years. The worst thing that happened in the last 4 years was the global pandemic that killed millions of people. That was the worst thing that happened in the last 4 years. Martin Weiss, what has 5 toes and isn't your foot? My foot. God damn it. Jason Blackwell, you taking notes on this one? BOH, I had an oh my god, I'm old moment. Someone mentioned a rolled Dexter, and I had a rolled Dexter, and I had to ask if they meant Rolodex. I'm only 33. Stop doing this to me. It's like, what role did Dexter have? Wasn't he a character? I saw a tweet today that was like the 6-year-old came home from school and the mom asked, honey, what'd your teacher tell you about what you remember from 9/11? And the kid's like, my teacher was 4. She doesn't remember it. Like, yeah. Just lay me down in a bog. Stupid asshole. It looks like floor is set despite dilution. Infinite money glitch? Possible? I'd prefer MOAS, personally. Joe's Mammy. I've been on hold with Springfield Police Department for over an hour. I want answers. Oh my god, so stupid. So dumb. The Haitians are out there eating all your animals. Meanwhile, everyone in like Florida, where there's millions of Haitians, like, what are you talking about? Yeah, so that the racist claims that the Haitians in Springfield are killing your animals and eating them is just so dumb. And it's gotten to the point that the racists are now sending bomb threats to City Hall and the police department there for what? Like, what are we're gonna blow you up because you're allowing Haitians to live their lives? I don't get it. Springfield, Ohio, in the 1960s and 70s had a population of over 80,000 people. They have since lost 50,000 of their residents. 50,000 of the people who were living there in the 60s and 70s have left, and 20,000 Haitians have moved in. So the population is down about 25,000 people. As a result, 20-ish, 25, 30,000 people. And they're not, you can have another 25 to 30,000 people move to Springfield, Ohio, and still not have to build a house. That is how much the town needs a revival or a resurgence of folks coming in. And they saved the economy in Springfield, Ohio. Like, you got grocery stores in Springfield. Like, they can go get food at the grocery store. The one police call there was I guess somebody hunting geese out of season. That was it. And now it's goose season, so you kill as many as you want. There are more Canada geese alive today than when Columbus landed in the Caribbean. So there's just chill out, you xenophobes. Martin Weiss, last weekend we went on the observatory in the center of Zurich, about 120 years old, 12 tons, got to see Saturn. If you have enough time, it might be a place to go on your next ski adventure. I'll pray. Totally, I'll go. I love going to old telescopes. They're fantastic. Ohms likes the shirt too. Well, thank you. It's got snaps. Woo. System 4. More planted short hedge fund rumors. Y'all gonna get hyped over. Clearly planted articles. You can't complain about the system and expect real info from them. It's all smoke and mirrors. That's true. I got 12 minutes here. First name, last name, Houston. Can you please talk about Wallace Line? Will it close up? Widen? Potential issues? Wildlife starting to crossing? The Wallace Line is actually, we are pretty close to it. So Indonesia. The Wallace Line, I believe, is this line here. So there was speciation. So Indonesia had a whole bunch of species that were really close related to each other, and then you get across an archipelago over to like Papua New Guinea and Australia, and the speciation is completely, the animals are completely different. So Alfred Wallace, was that his name? He independently came up with basically survival of the fittest, evolution, along with Darwin. So Darwin saw it in the Galapagos. Wallace was living out here in what was Dutch Indonesia at the time, and he saw the same thing happen. Now, I don't know exactly how, say, it will close or widen as a result of weather changing and climate change. What we are seeing is huge amounts of coral reef bleaching. Huge amounts of coral reef bleaching off of the Great Barrier Reef, elsewhere throughout the South Pacific and all over the world. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you got scared by the kitten, huh, monkey? So, hey. And, yeah, that kitten show up? You want to go fuck it up, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because like sea levels will rise, which means the distances between them will be greater, but it'll also be encroachment on habitat. So I don't know what. It could possibly close up if we got really cold. If like it got really cold and sea level dropped a whole bunch. So this entire shelf here during ice ages connected Australia to Papua New Guinea, and some of these other islands in the archipelago. So if it gets really cold, this can become all grasslands and then connect up in forests and stuff. So there's that. But right now things are getting warm, so this is just going to become greater and greater gaps. But I don't know if I'm really answering the question you're asking, or if I understand the question you're asking there. Stupid asshole. Don't quit reading to make more content. Your well-informed content is rare and much appreciated. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pedassel. Red lightsaber. Completely off topic, but the wireless charger on my couch heated up my bag of Pop Rocks to a point they were popping inside the sealed package. Huh. Huh. Oh, did J-Town accidentally get... I think J-Town accidentally got his pictures hidden. And Iggy apologized. I apologize for Iggy as well. Martin Weiss, a man tried to sell me a coffin today. I told him that's the last thing I needed. You know, they say the proof of fluency is when someone tells jokes in another language. And so I think, Martin, you've done quite well for yourself in that respect. Sometimes Somalia, can you explain the reverse stock split loophole, please? Yes. So what Aaron does is he finds out the list of stocks and things that are doing reverse splits. And he buys one share of it. So it might be a stock at 40 cents, and they're going to do a 10-to-1 reverse split. And what happens is that Robinhood doesn't give him, 1/10 of a share. They give him an entire share that's worth, say, $4. So he looks for every single stock that's doing a reverse split. He buys one share of it, and he waits for the reverse split to happen. And all of a sudden, he might have 10 or 100x on every single solitary one of those shares, depending on what the reverse split is doing. So that's the reverse split loophole that he's doing. It's a fun way to make some extra cash. Mike Forsch, my dad died of a heart attack. Corner said COVID. COVID is bullshit. You know that. COVID caused heart attacks. Most deaths are actually a heart attack. You get hit by a car, you're going to end up dying of a heart attack. Now, what causes the heart attack is usually the actual cause of death. Could be heart disease, could be cancer, could be trauma, right? Could be a novel virus, weakening all your muscle structure and destroying your blood vessels, causing things like mitochondria, myopathy, enlarged ventricles, whatever, lots of things. So no, COVID is not bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's a real thing. It's killed millions of people in America, tens of millions worldwide. It's a very, 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 very real thing. We had such a gigantic spike in deaths in the United States that you can see it statistically. Like the graph of deaths go brunk brunk and continue on after vaccination. It's a real thing. It's real. Your dad probably had COVID and his heart couldn't handle it while he had COVID, and just boom. You can get things like cytokine storms. Cytokine storms are the result of your body producing way too many cytokines to do battle with an infection, right? And as a result, it floods your bloodstream with them, and you have a heart attack and drop dead. It happens to a lot of young people. A lot of the sudden deaths in young people during COVID was from cytokine storms. They just, walking along and just boom, drop dead from a cytokine storm. Those were heart attacks. So, yeah, my friend John was one of the first people in America to die from COVID. He was 38 years old, dropped dead of a heart attack instantly, and died. His corpse gave his mother COVID when she discovered his body because he wasn't answering his phone, and she went to the hospital with it. This is in April of 2020. So yeah, heart issues is the number one way people died from COVID, more so than through breathing problems, like in pulmonary wards and stuff. Martin Weiss, have you ever heard of Sandy Island? Apparently scientists undiscovered it in 2012 and proved that it didn't exist, removing it from maps. Is that the one that was out in the middle of the Pacific? I think I remember reading something about that it was all like rumor and innuendo that Sandy Island exists. Sandy Island does not exist. Sandy Island, New Caledonia. It's a phantom island that was charted over a century, being located near the French territory of New Caledonia between Chesterfield. Okay, so it would have been here. Copy that. Go to scene. Go here. Nope. Bam, bam. The Sandy Island was supposedly here. Interesting. So that's where it was. Looks like there's a seamount there. We have a couple atolls. What do you like? That is Radio Island. That's the only picture we have for Radio Island. We have nothing else. Nothing cool. Nothing. These are seriously just little shoals, aren't they? Look at that. That is just a reef. That's all it is. A couple little, like, swampy looking things. So Sandy Island was chartered. There's nothing there. And now we got a couple lagoons and reefs near it, but that's about it. Anything on you? Are you just a little useless scrub? Looks like a pretty useless scrub to me. Probably great diving, though. Ooh, you're an actual island. Aha, look at that beach. Sexy. Okay. Let's all go to Sandy Island. We'll go to Schlong Island, and then we'll go to Sandy Island. And, have fun, New Caledonia. There's some turtles. There's some more things. How's New Caledonia doing? Are they still rioting like crazy? They're having some riots. They're having some problems with the French. And some mine that wanted to get built and stuff. I haven't read up on that recently. Excited Box. I see Houston still spreading misinformation because he doesn't understand market mechanics. I guess when you only buy options, you never zoom out more than a few days. Oh, Excited Box. Go fuck yourself. How about that? All right. MS made it. 654. Can't shareholders force GME to stop the sale of remaining billion shares? Shareholders hold the power to make changes if they are not happy. It's really hard when you can't present things to the board, such as at shareholder meetings and stuff. So if there's some sort of proxy fight, then yeah, you probably could do that. But the only person who has enough shares to probably launch a proxy fight is DFV, and he has no interest in owning more than 5% of the shares in the company. Houston, what's your 8-ball say about the future of gold, BTC, US dollars? I did get a new 8-ball. This is my new 8-ball, or just the old one? This is the new one. Okay. Future of, what is the future of gold bright? Absolutely. Okay. What was the other one? Is the future of Bitcoin bright? Cannot foretell for now. And the future of the US dollar, is that bright? Looks like yes. Okay, so gold, US dollar, for Bitcoin. There we go. All right, Mike Forsch, are you Fauci? I mean, am I an esteemed, world-renowned epidemiologist? No. Do I read a lot of epidemiological papers? Way more than you have. Okay, Martin Weiss. I have to go to bed, but leave you with this weird place. Respectful Workings Trumpet. Okay, well, we can copy that. Go there. Click on this. Turn that one off. Go back to what? 3 words? What? 3 words? Control V. Bam. Yeah, that's where I want to go. Respectful Working Trumpet. This better not be the freaking desert, man. Oh, okay. Phew. Is a desert, but not Eye of Africa. Here we are. Graveyard. It's the Mojave Graveyard, man. This stuff's cool. Every single one of these should be like getting flown in Ukraine right now. Just load them all up. There's some B1s. That's crazy that we got B1s like stripped for parts at this point. Yeah, I would love to go climbing through here. That'd be really fun. Okay. Sincere, hey Houston, is it finally time we admit RC is no better than Adam Aaron when it comes to running a company? Both dilute investors and have very limited growth plans. Actually, AA might be better. I think Ryan Cohen is far better than Adam Aaron. Adam Aaron had the chance to pay off the company, to get rid of all their debt, and he just hasn't done it. Ryan Cohen is expanding the holdings they have, making it impossible for the company to ever go into bankruptcy. So there's a significant difference in how dilution has worked for both of them. I just wish that Ryan would go back to 2021 and just wait until the stock price is $1 kajillion before he does that. Let us get our wins. It's 4:31. I gotta get going. I see the other couple of questions there, but we'll do those tomorrow. So I'll ask those questions again of me tomorrow. We'll do a longer show then. Monkey Butt, anything to add? No? Okay. All right, dudes. Have a good day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. And you guys can yell at me some more tomorrow, right? Okay. Regular intro. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pew. All right. Call me a pussy.